but he didn't deny calling him a moron. I need my panel to weigh in on this. Bill Cohen, special correspondent for Vanity Fair and author of Why Wall Street Matters, contributor for The Economist Free Exchange blog, Brendan Greeley, and Evan Siegfried, Republican strategist and author of GOP GPS. Evan, I'm going to go to you first. Axios reporting, if, in fact, Rex Tillerson were to leave, Mike Pompeo could get tapped for the job. What do you think?
I think that's quite possible that when the Brexit comes, it's going to be Pompeo. Nikki Haley wants the job. But who else really wants to work for Donald Trump? He seems to expect loyalty. That's what he prizes. And it's only a one-way street. And when this happened, even if Donald Trump didn't say, or if Rex Tillerson didn't call Donald Trump a moron, Donald Trump having Rex Tillerson go out and give that press conference, which was for an audience of one, it proved him to be one because he made the story even bigger.
But pre-moron, wasn't loyalty President Trump's issue? Always with Rex Tillerson. Rex Tillerson has never, and I'm going to take Carol's line, gone the full Mnuchin. While Rex Tillerson has gone out and spoken on behalf of the White House, he never gets to his knees and simply praises the president day in and day out. Rex Tillerson views himself as a peer, or before he was president, superior to Trump. And Trump certainly doesn't like that.
Yes, no, Trump believes everybody in Washington who's on his side should be doing that. That's why he retaliated against Paul Ryan and Mitch McConnell by striking those two deals with Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer. He expects 100% loyalty. It's been reported that he's been upset at Rex Tillerson for going out across the world and promoting America, but not him. And Rex Tillerson, as Secretary of State, does not promote the PR of Donald Trump. He promotes the well-being and the good diplomatic relations of the United States and any other country.
You got to weigh in here. I mean, think about Rex Tillerson a year ago, running Exxon, traveling around the world private, ready to retire, hang out with the Boy Scouts, his favorite thing in the world to do. And now he's sitting next to Trump going, am I really doing this? Stephanie,
what we're seeing play out here in front of our eyes is the aphrodisiac of power. I mean, it's clear. I mean, why would Rex Tillerson, the CEO of ExxonMobil, one of the largest corporations in the world, worth well over $100 million, highly respected, if not somewhat controversial, especially in climate change circles. But this guy really did not have any reason whatsoever to be subservient to Donald Trump.
He said his wife made him do
it. It's ridiculous, and it's not only Rex Tillerson. We've seen it as repeatedly with Gary Cohn and Dina Powell and the rest of this crew. I mean, the best thing that happens to these people is that they get kicked out or leave so they can go on about their lives and pick up the pieces that he has helped destroy. And Rex Tillerson needs to, take that message and get the heck out.
I like the aphrodisiac of power. You've gone full Shakespeare on us.
Thank you. I didn't want to say Shakespeare because it's such a cliche, but it's absolutely true.
I think the other thing that we're missing here is that, we're watching this cabinet level dance, right? The chairs moving in and out at the big table. But underneath the cabinet level, I live in the D.C. area. I cannot tell you how many people I know in senior positions, in experienced positions, in multiple agencies who just can't do it anymore, particularly at the State Department. That's one of the things that we read, but at all levels and all agencies of the government. People whose experience we need, no matter where they are, on which side of the political aisle they're on, they're just leaving because they can't do this anymore. So when we watch Tillerson, will he hang on, will he not, will it be Nikki Haley? It kind of doesn't matter because underneath him or her, there's a lot that's just not there anymore.
Then why would Nikki Haley, let's say, want this job? Right? She's ambassador to the United Nations. She's kicking it here in New York City. She gets this big title and gets to be part of the administration, but gets to hold it all at an arm's length. Why would she want Rex's job?
Well, I think she's the only one in the administration who has really put forward American moral leadership. We saw it in April with the response to the Syria gassing its own people.
So stay safe where you are. It's going pretty well.
Nikki Haley will ultimately be running for president one day as well. And it's much easier to run for president with a resume where you've been Secretary of State as opposed to just a governor and UN representative.
Really? What if we go to war with North Korea?
I still think that explains everything. You have 100 senators, you have 50 governors. That's 150 people who believe that they could be president someday.
Yes, guess what? Ambition explains everything. This is just, she wants to do that. Gary Cohn wants to be head of the Fed. Everybody wants something else. They're not happy with what they've got. People who are billionaires are not happy just being billionaires. They have to be sitting at President Trump's...
Well, now you're talking about adrenaline addiction.
Well, and addiction to power and nothing ever being enough. When is it going to be time for things to just be enough?
Okay, is there anything Rex Tillerson can do within the administration to recover from this? I mean, Just a week ago, President Trump fires Tom Price, the laundry list of people in this administration who've had to leave. And now, listen, every day we're going up. Let me tell you about the amount of flights Steve Mnuchin took. Let me tell you the cabinet members that just met with oil lobbyists. I mean, if Trump keeps
Why
firing
would he want
people,
to recover from this? His own president undercuts him when he's trying to go on a diplomatic mission to China. Why would he want to recover from this?
I'm sorry. Sarah Huckabee Sanders says it is impossible for the cabinet to be undercut by the president. He sets the rules for everything.
Well, I would just say that we've got to take a step back and look at what's happened from the second the president took office. The administration doesn't do long-term planning and say, okay, we're going to go out and do this, this, and this. It's spending its days cleaning up after the president. And when you do damage control 24/7 and the expense of actually going out and doing long-term planning of getting cabinet officials out there to get help with tax reform or other things such as a repeal and replace, it's not a function of government.
But I don't understand what any of you are saying, because we've been saying for months, why doesn't Gary Cohn quit? Why doesn't Dina Powell quit? And nobody does. So what you're saying doesn't jive with what any of them have done month after month.
I think there's another aspect of this as well, which there are two people in the cabinet, or sort of close to the president, who've never suffered from his lack of respect: Generals Kelly and Mattis. And so for some reason, the two of them have gravitas. They have power over him that no other civilian in Washington has. Everybody else has seen the backside of his
And
shoe.
those two like Rex Tillerson.
Well, so, I mean, it's not helping Rex right now. I mean, look, to save your dignity at this point, which is really all these people have left, if that, they need to say, Rex says, I'm out of here. Gary says, I'm out of here. Dina needs to say, I'm out of here. Let this guy pick up the pieces of his crackpot personality and try to figure out what to do. I mean, he's got to get the message that this is not
But
working.
isn't there also, defending Dina Powell and others, I think there is an argument to be made for them staying because they're worried about who would replace them.
Right.
There are people who would replace them in their right mind. You wouldn't even get a single A ball player to replace them. It'd be like picking somebody out of the Little League, because they'd be like, oh, it'd be cool to go work in the White House.
I don't think it matters whether you've got somebody of high caliber or not. Donald Trump does not listen to those people. He's not. Rex Tillerson is a very high caliber guy. Gary Cohn's a very high caliber guy. Dina Powell is a very high caliber person. They're not listening. She's not listening to these people.
But I think
so what's the point of being there?
I think they do believe that they can do effective damage control. One of the things that you've seen, one of the things you've seen Mattis doing is flying around the world, talking on his own to allies, basically saying, hold the line. We're going to take care of this.
This is a guy who tosses paper towels at suffering people in Puerto Rico like it's a three-point play.
Gentlemen,
what is this guy's problem?
Here's the good news for the three of you. This storyline that we're discussing,
Going away.
it is not going away anytime soon, but we have to leave it there.